Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Nahmaduhu wa nusalli ala rasulihil kareem. So inshallah in this lesson we'll be discussing what? Badal. Now badal is one of the tabi', one of the tawabi'. A tawabi' is that word which follows the Irab of the word before it. Okay? Now we've done the na'at, and within the na'at we've done two types of na'at haqiqi, na'at sababi. Within atf bil harf, and we said atf bil harf is also called arfun nasaq, and you have ta'keed to emphasize something. The two types, ta'keed lafzi and ta'keed ma'nawi. Now we've reached here al-fasl al-rabi' regarding badal, also called the appositive phrase in English. So now he's defining the badal. What is the badal? So he says badal is tabi'un. A tabi' means something that follows the i'rab of the previous word. This is the man'ud. Yunsabu ilayhi. The he zamir refers back to the tabi', towards which the very same thing is nusiba, attributed. The very same thing is attributed, which was attributed to the matbu'. What does that mean? I have ja'a zaydun an akhuka, for example. Okay? So in this, what's the tabi'? The second word. This is the tabi', the follower. And this is the matbu', the thing being followed. Yes? Now we're saying here, what is attributed to the matbu'? So ja'a is attributed to Zayd. Is also attributed to the what? Tabi'. This is called a badal. وهو المقصود بالنسبة دون متبوئه. So this is very technical. It's not too important, but yeah, keep it in mind. What is the objective? When you say ja'a Zaydun akhuka, what is the speaker's primary goal? The Zayd or the akhuka? We say that akhuka is the goal. That's a maqsood. So he meant to say, the main meaning he wants to give is the akhuka. So that's a badal. Okay? Yeah? Now here's a recap of all of the different types of phrases we've done so far. So a na'at, what's a na'at? A na'at shows a meaning. What kind of meaning? Particularly the adjective meaning. In the matbu' ay Zaydun as-salih. So it gives the meaning of, so the salih meaning in Zayd. Or the na'at sababi, we did that before. Atf bil huruf. In atf bil huruf, both is maqsood. Ja'a Zaydun wa Amrun. You mean to say Zayd and Amr. You want to say both explicitly, as opposed to the badal, where only the second is a maqsood, really, the objective. Okay? And the badal, so if you have here, Ja'a Zaydun wa Amrun. What is the purpose? Which one is the objective? Zayd or Amr? Both. Ja'a Zayd and Amr. You want to say both of them. When you have a badal, when you have Ja'a Zaydun akhuka, the main purpose is to say Ja'a akhuka. So that is a maqsood. And then the other one will come up later on, ta'keed. And ta'keed describes, it is taqreer of the matbu' or does shumul of the hukam. It is taqreer of the matbu' or it is shumul of the hukam. And we did that in the previous lesson. Now before we go on, I want to explain one very simple rule which normally has been covered in ilm al-mantiq, but we haven't done that as yet. So when you say bayt, what comes to your mind? If you know what the word means, what does bayt mean? House. When you say bayt, what comes to your mind? Something like that. Yes? So the word that shows this meaning is called what? Dal. Like dal chawal. Not dal chawal, but dal. Meaning implies. So that which denotes, that which shows. This is the dal. And the meaning and the image that comes across because of the word is called the madlul. So the dal is that which denotes, and the madlul is the image that comes to mind, the implication. Yes? Now we have this word will come up in the text, that's why I've explained it here. So what's madlul? The implication or what is denoted by the main word. Okay? So now he's saying here there are 4 types of badal. How many types of badal are there? 4. The first is called badalul kulli min al kull. Badalul kulli min al kull. This is what? Wahuwa ma madluluhu. The madlul of the badal. What does madlul mean? The image that comes to mind. What is denoted? What is denoted by the mubdal minhu is the exact same thing what is denoted by the badal. So for example, when I say Ja'ani Zaydun akhuka, when I say this is Zayd, Yes, Zayd denotes what? This. When I say akhuka, what does that denote? The same thing. So the denotation, the thing which is understood from Zayd is the exact same thing understood from the what? Badal, akhuka. You understand that? A few examples of this is that, for example, وَقَالَ مُوسَى لِأَخِيهِ هَارُونَ. Musa said to his brother Harun. Who is Akhi? Who's Akhi Musa? Harun. Who's Harun? Akhu Musa. Exact same thing. It's called Badlul Kull. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم. Guide us to the straight path. What is the straight path? The path of those whom Allah has bestowed, and it goes on to the end. This is called what? Badlul Kull. Because Sirat al-Mustaqim is the exact same thing. So Badlul Kull. Okay? Now, one thing we need to clarify here is that in subcontinental Turkey and Arab, we call the Ismul Ishara, we label it, we say here, Ismul Ishara. We say Ismul Ishara. And Al-Quran becomes what? We say Musharun Ilay. Yes? That kind of explains the meaning to us. But in Arab and in Arabic grammar, there is no such thing as Musharun Ilay in terms of Arab. Like you don't have, Arab, Musharun Ilay is marfu, or mansub, or majroor, or the Musharun is a tabi. The Musharun Ilay is actually classified as what? What's it classified as? A badal. So the Musharun Ilay is actually what? The badal. So in Arab we call it the badal. So hada is the same as the Quran. But hada just gives like a additional information regarding the Quran. So yes, Ismul Ishara Musharun Ilay is good. We do that to explain to the mubtadi, the beginner, the meaning of what is being pointed, what is being pointed towards, etc. But in terms of Arab and technicalities, the Arab is called the badal. Okay? Now this is one word. I want to explain the Irab of this, the badal, but because it's quite, people get confused or they don't know the Irab of this, I want to explain it in detail. So the ya is what? The ya is harfun nida. What is ya called? Harfun nida. And the munada, the thing you're calling, is actually the ayyun. In technically in the Arab, you're calling the ayyun. And its nakira is munada, and its nakira maqsuda. And nakira maqsuda and ghayr maqsuda, etc. has come before in mansubat maf'ul bihi, with the fa'il is mahzuf. Ad'u. Qa'imun maqama ad'u. We've done that before. And then the ha is harfu tanbih, i.e. to draw attention. And the nas becomes the badal of ayyun. This is the i'rab of ya ayyuhan nas. This is the i'rab in terms of technicalities, in terms of what the i'rab is. But in terms of meaning, you're calling nas. Nas is the munada, what we're calling. But when you do i'rab of it, you can't say the nas is the munada. The munada is actually the ayyu, the ha is the ha tanbih, and it's the badal of the munada maqsood, nakira maqsooda. So this is how you do the i'rab of ya ayyuhan nas. Are you following me? Okay. The second type of badal is badalul ba'd, where what it says here, badalul ba'd min al-kull. The mubdal minhu is the entire part. The mubdal minhu is the entire part, and the badal is a part of it. So the badal ba'd min al-kull is what? Huwa. Is that ma madluluhu, the image that comes to mind, or the denotation, what is denoted by the badal is part of what is denoted by the matbu'. For example, darabtu Zaydan, I hit Zayd. I didn't hit all of Zayd. Where did I hit him? On his head. You shouldn't hit him on his head, but his examples are already been written, so we can't really change them. But darabtu Zaydan ra'sahu. So this is Zayd. This is what? This is Zayd. So when I say Zayd, this is what I mean. This is Zayd. So Zayd is the dal, and the madlu is the entire body. And when I say ra'sahu, this is what? What is meant? This is the madlur of ra's. So the madlur of the badal, ra'sahu, shows a part of the entire mubdal minhu. This is called what? Badalul ba'd min al-kull. And a positive phrase where the badal is a part or a juz, a section, a segment of the main mubdal minhu. Do you understand? Yes? No? Yeah? Darabtu Zaydan, I hit Zayd. If it was badalul kull, it says darabtu Zaydan akhaka, I hit Zayd. Who's Zayd? Your brother. And if the badal is a part of it, what do you say? Darabtu Zaydan ra'sahu. That's badalul ba'd. And the first one is badalul kull. Yes? Okay. Example of this in the Quran is what? When Sayyidina Ibrahim ﷺ made dua. What do you say? وَارْزُقْ أَهْلَهُ مِنَ الثَّمَرَاتِ. وَارْزُقْ أَهْلَهُ مِنَ الثَّمَرَاتِ. So he said, oh Allah, grant the people of this valley, i.e. the people who will come and be born afterwards and live in this valley of Makkah, grant them min al-thamarat, from the fruits, meaning grant them some fruits and provision and sustenance. Because obviously Makkah was a barren land. Because a barren land, his concern was that my children and my offspring who live here, will they have provisions or not? So Allah, he made a dua. وَارْزُقْ أَهْلَهُ مِنَ الثَّمَرَاتِ. So Allah, grant my progeny thamarat. Then he made dua. Because what happened? He made dua earlier. And he said, oh Allah, grant all of them hidayah. And Allah says, not for everybody. So he thought, well, I shouldn't make dua for sustenance for everybody as well. So he said, oh Allah, grant all of them, ahlahu, grant them what? Provisions. Then he said, it's the badul ba'ath. Not all of them. Man, who amongst them believes in Allah on the last day? Who amongst them believes in Allah on the last day? So why is this badlul ba'ath? Because whoever believes in Allah on the last day is some of ahlahu, of Ahlu Makkah. So it's called Badlul Ba'ad. And the Badlul Ba'ad usually has a zamir referring to the Mubdal Minhu. So for example, Ahlahu Minhum. So there's hum zamir refers back to the Ahl. So usually, some have said it's a condition, but I'm not sure about that. But that's what I mentioned in some books. That the Badlul Ba'ad usually has a zamir referring back to the Mubdal Minhu, either explicitly mentioned or implied. Another example is what Allah says, Ala nasi hijjul bayt. Upon the people is what? A hajj of the bayt. But which people? Not every single person. Because nas is everybody. When you have man istata'a, who istata'a, who has the ability to a path, who has the ability to get to Makkah. So this is what now, what? Badlul ba'ad. Badlul ba'adhi. This is the portion minal kul. This is the kul. This is the ba'ath and this is the kul. This is now a part of them. So the hukam, and that's why we say the maqsood is a thani. The maqsood is this. The objective is to say this. Because hajj upon everybody, upon these people. This. That's why the objective is not the mubdal minhu. The objective is actually the badal. Do you understand? Okay. Also, fine of mentioning it like this. Why not just mention that in the first place? We'll do it in balagha, inshaAllah. Okay. The second type is the third type. The third type of badal is what? Badalul ishtimal. Ishtimal basically means to cover yourself up or to be associated, to be linked. So he says here, the madluluhu muta'alliqul matbu'. What is implied and denoted by the badal is neither the entire mubdal minhu, nor is it a part of the mubdal minhu, rather it is something linked to the mubdal minhu. Let me give you an easy example of this one. You say, Ra'aytu. Okay, for example, in tafa'tu. Intafa'a, nafa'a yanfa'u to benefit, and intafa'a to take benefit. So intafa'tu minka. I took benefit from you. But what did it benefit from? Ilmika, from your knowledge. So this becomes what? Is ilm, so this is ka, the person who we're talking about. The ilm is not him, is not a part of him, but something associated to him. So the example is given here is Suliba Zaydun. Zayd has been stripped. What has been stripped of? Thawbuhu, his clothing. So thawb is not Zayd in its entirety, neither is it a part of Zayd, rather what is it? Something attributed or linked to Zayd. It's called what? Badalul ishtimal. Badalul ishtimal. Okay? Okay, example of this is what? Qutila ashabul ukhdud. Ashabul ukhdud was, it can mention in Surah Ukhdud. What happened was that in Yemen or South Arabia, before Islam, about 400-500 years before Islam, there was a king called Dhu Nuwas. So what happened was, he basically forced everybody away from Christianity. It's a long story regarding that. And whoever didn't bring Islam, Christianity, the right faith, he threw them into the Ukhdud is pits. So modern day, we call it chambers, gas chambers. So Ukhdud is a pit. We call it a pit or a trench. Yes? So Allah is saying here, Qutila ashabul ukhdud. The people of the trench, there's two of the translating this, is the ashabul ukhdud, the maf'ul, those who were killed, or those who caused the problem is Qutila, a dua, or is it fi'l madhi. But ukhdud is a trench. And what's in the trench? This is the badal. The trench is this is the trench. Is the fire which has fuel, is that the trench in its entirety? Is it a part of the trench? It is something which was on the trench. We had trenches with loads of fire inside of it. And they were, let's say, some such trials and tribulations. They were thrown into this fire. Either you denounce your faith or you be thrown into the fire. Do you understand? Yes? يَسْأَلُونَكَ عَنِ الشَّهْرِ الْحَرَامِ. The companions ask you regarding the sacred months. There are 4 sacred months. So what they're asking you, are they asking about one of the months? 2 of the months? 3 of the months? All 4 months? No. They're asking you regarding war in the sacred months. What's the ruling of war in the sacred months? So they ask you regarding this, i.e. this. So this is what? Badrul Ishtimal. The Badal is something linked to the Mubdal Minhu. Do you understand? And Badrul Ghalat is this mentioned it, so every Badal is counted, but it's not like if I say Abdul Rahman. So what we would say sorry and then correct it is Badrul Ghalat. So you didn't mean to say it, but you just made a mistake. So you don't find this in text. Because in text you just backspace and erase it, or you just write it correctly. But in speech, or non-official spoken speech, you may get it. But you wouldn't get this ever in a text or in Quran or Hadith or anything. But it just exists in theory. Okay? So Ja'ani Zayd. Sorry. So in English we say what? Ja'ani. Sorry. Ja'far. Sorry. Ja'ani Zayd. Zayd came to me. Sorry. Ja'far came. You made a mistake between 2 people. You get mixed up. You called them by the wrong name. Okay? Or you say Ra'aytu Rajulan. You were far away and you saw a. An easy example would be what? Easy example would be Himaran. Oh, sorry. Farasan. You were far away. Huh? Yeah, I said sorry. That's a Badal Ghalat. So Ra'aytu Farasan. I saw a Faras. I said, no, when he got closer, no, it wasn't a Faras. It was actually a Himar, a donkey. So you meant to say, you thought it was one thing. Yes, so these are like mistakes you make, you correct your sentences. Okay? Now, he's mentioned a few rules of Badal, which is not mentioned in all books, but he's mentioned it here, and that's how we go through it. What he's saying here is that if the Mubdal Minhu is Ma'rifah, because the Badal has to have more information, especially explanatory. So if the Badal is Nakira, and the Mubdal Minhu is Ma'rifah, it's less information, isn't it? So he's saying here, whenever you have a Mubdal Minhu, which is Ma'rifah, the Badal has to be Ma'rifah, or it has to be a Nakira Makhsusa. What's Nakira Makhsusa, can you remember? No, that's the
Nakira with
Mudaf ilay or a Sifa. Meaning, because if I say Rajulun, that's like any single man in the world. Kitabun, that's any single book in the world. If I say Kitabun Kabirun, it not eliminate small books. So it's more specific. If I say Kitabu Zaydin, it only means now it's shortening it out. So you have to have Nakira Makhsusa. So he's saying here, the Badal, if it's Nakira, from a Ma'rifah, you must bring a nat of it. So for example here, Allah is talking, is addressing us in Surah Al-Alaq. He says, Bin Nasiya. I will hold fast to Nasiya. Nasiya is the 4 locks, right here. I will hold, and when he says hold the 4 locks, it means what? Take total control. So because Nasiya is what? Mubdalun Minhu. Yes? This becomes what? The Badal. Is the Badal Ma'rifah Nakira? It's Nakira. So what do you have to bring according to him? You have to bring what? A nat or a sifa. You have to bring a nat or a sifa. Do you understand? That's what he's saying here. Yes? And the opposite way around. If this was ma'rifah and that was nakira, you don't have to bring sifa. Or if they both nakira, both ma'rifah. Okay? Let me give you examples of all the situations. For example here, ma'rifah nakira. This is ma'rifah and the badal is what? Nakira. So that it has a sifa. وَلَنِعْمَ دَارُ الْمُتَّقِينَ. So دَارُ الْمُتَّقِينَ. And then Jannatu Adn is a badal. And it has what? A mudafun ilay. What does it have? A mudafun ilay. So the mudafun ilay is what now? It makes it makhsus. It creates what? It's no longer a general nakira, mahada. Okay? Another example we have is here. Allahu nazzala ahsan al-hadith. Allah has revealed the best of all discourses. The mubdal minhu is what? Ma'rifah nakira ahsan al-hadith. The ma'rifah nakira? No, ahsan al-hadith. Ma'rifah. And the badal is what? Nakira, but what does it bring? What comes with it afterwards? Asifa. Okay? Yes? Yes. You can also have the opposite way around. This is nakira, and the badal is what? Ma'rifah. So siratim mustaqim, and then what do you have after that? A ma'rifah badal. To a straight path, the path of Allah. Yes, so this is ma'rifah. أَفَأُنَبِّئُكُمْ بِشَرٍّ مِّن ذَلِكُمْ. Should I not inform you of something worse than that? So شَرٍّ مِّن ذَلِكُمْ is nakira, and that is ma'rifah. So you can have badal and mubdal minhu in all scenarios. Both ma'rifah. Rabbil Alameen is what? Ma'rifah. Rabbi Musa wa Harun is also what? Ma'rifah. وَشَرَوْا بِثَمَنٍ بَخْسٍ. The people who bought Yusuf alayhi salatu wasalam, what they purchased him with? ثَمَنٍ بَخْسٍ. Insignificant price. What's the insignificant price? دَرَاهِمَ مَعْدُودَةً. So the badal is also nakira. Yes. This is the example of this is not ma'rifah. This is actually nakira. It's the wrong place. I never copied and pasted correctly. Ad, who's Ad? Ma'rifah, the prophet, the qawm, the nation. So woe, destruction to Ad. Who's Ad? The qawm of Hud. Yes, badal. You can also have nakira. It's also mubdal minhu nakira. Kalimat tayyibah is also nakira. Okay? And have these examples. So in summary, we have what? Badalul kulli min al-kull, badalul ba'di min al-kull, badalul ishtimal, and badalul ghalat. And in the end, he mentioned that if you have a badal, what kind of badal? How many badals are there altogether? 4. Not 2, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You have 4 badal. And the last rule is what? That if you have a badal, mubdal min, which is ma'rifah, and the nakira is what? The badal is nakira. Mubdal min is ma'rifah, and the badal is nakira, then you must bring the nat along with the nakira to make it complete. That's the rule he mentioned. Understand? Okay. Subhanallah bihamdi, subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika, nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta, nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk.